Welcome everyone. We're back to the weekly parasha, Vayakhel Pekudei. The beginning of the parasha, as my trusted Chumash reminds me, is talking about Shabbos, and then we talk about the Mishkan, why they put together Shabbos and the Mishkan. Now, the truth is they do have a lot to do with each other. Shabbos is the creation of the world. The Mishkan is the microcosm of the world. More than that, the Netziv writes that the creation of the Mishkan was phase 2 of the creation of the world. In other words, the world was created with latent potential. And when the Mishkan was made, that is actualizing the potential. In other words, a nation who express Hashem's will on this earth. Anyway, the Mishkan and Shabbos are put next to each other. Now, why is it that they are put next to each other? Asks Rashi. And he says, it tells us that you're not allowed to build the Mishkan on Shabbos. Beautiful. You're not allowed to build the Mishkan on Shabbos. Now, it's interesting. Even though you're not allowed to build the Mishkan on Shabbos, the work, the daily function of the Mishkan did involve desecration of Shabbos. We wouldn't call it desecration because the Torah allows it, it permits it. But for example, offering up the korbanos, the sacrifices involved doing things that we would not be allowed to do on Shabbos, and so on and so forth, lighting fires, these kind of things you do in the Mishkan for the daily upkeep. So it sounds like there's a difference between the daily upkeep and the making of the Mishkan, which is interesting. Now you think about Mishkan and Shabbos, Rav Munk says that the Mishkan is holiness in the realm of space, and Shabbos is holiness in the realm of time. And it sounds like some elements of the Mishkan trump Shabbos, the daily functioning, but the making of the Mishkan doesn't. What is the lesson for us? So I think there's an important point here, and that is we need to sometimes distinguish between the energy it needs to get an idea off the ground and the energy of keeping something functioning. There's the energy in terms of getting something off the ground, which is initiation. That can take something, but sometimes once we have that idea and it's all exciting and new and whatever, we don't have that energy to constantly put into the the thing that we're trying to do. It might be a relationship to get it off the ground is exciting, but the staying power, we don't put in the same energy. Sometimes it can be in terms of charity or even a community. To get it off the ground, amazing, let's get involved, but then to keep it going, not so much so. It's two phases, and it's important to recognize these are two phases and they have their unique energy. There's glory and there's prestige, but there's achievement in terms of getting something off the ground. But there's also a bit of hidden glory, a bit of modest glory and achievement in terms of providing the energy to keep something going. Vayakhel Pekudei. Enjoy.